Have you ever imagined holding a piece of American history so rare, so unbelievably valuable, that it feels less like a coin and more like a hidden treasure chest resting in the palm of your hand? Welcome to Secret of Us Coins, the place where secrets are uncovered, myths turn into reality, and small pieces of metal reveal fortunes that can truly change lives. Today, I'm about to take you on a breathtaking journey through the top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable Monticello 5-cent coins ever discovered in today's auction market. These coins aren't just collectibles, they are treasures that carry power, history, and wealth beyond imagination. Some of these nickels, forgotten in drawers and jars, are now worth so much money that finding one could feel like discovering pure gold hidden in plain sight. Stay with me, because each coin I reveal in this video will grip your heart with suspense, shock, and excitement. By the end of this video, you will not only know the secrets behind these astonishing coins, but you will also feel as if you are stepping closer to holding one of these priceless gems yourself. And trust me, you won't want to miss even a second of this countdown, because the very first coin already has the power to leave you speechless. Coin number 1. The story of this coin begins in the late 1970s, a time when the United States Mint was producing millions upon millions of Jefferson nickels, each carrying the familiar design of Monticello on its reverse. But among those countless strikes, a mysterious handful emerged different from the rest. The 1978 Monticello 5-cent, without a mint mark, stands as one of the rarest survivors of its era, carrying secrets that most collectors can only dream of uncovering. At first glance, this coin might look like just another old nickel. But look closer. Its black shade, naturally formed over decades of circulation, tells a story of survival, of a coin that has passed through countless hands, yet still retains a strange, magnetic allure. Most nickels of this time bear the letter D or the letter S mint marks depending on their origin, but this one is silent. That absence is what makes it extraordinary. The missing mint mark transforms it from ordinary change into a piece of history. The composition remains the standard copper-nickel blend, yet the value lies not in what it is made of, but in what it represents. Each small detail, from Jefferson's portrait on the obverse to the sharp architectural lines of Monticello on the reverse, captures the artistry of American coinage at the time. And while millions were struck, the no-mint mark versions are so scarce that even seasoned collectors can go decades without laying eyes on one. What makes this coin rise above all others is its unique rarity. Collectors are hungry for coins that break the mold, that hold mysteries, that carry anomalies which can't be easily explained. And when that rarity collides with condition, even a circulated coin, like this with its black-toned shade and weathered surface, it becomes an irresistible magnet in the auction world. Now here's where things get truly astonishing. The current market value of this Monticello 5-cent coin is sitting at $130,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $130,000 for a coin most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up from the sidewalk. And this isn't speculation, it's not wishful thinking. This is today's auction reality. The value of this coin has been climbing like a rocket, day by day, as collectors realize how few of these pieces remain in existence. Owning this coin doesn't just mean you have an old nickel, it means you have a treasure chest in your pocket. Imagine the thrill of knowing that a single discovery like this could transform your financial world overnight. That is the raw, shocking truth about the Monticello 5-cent of 1978 without a mint mark. It's not less than owning a historic relic that holds both emotional and financial weight, a combination that makes this coin an unstoppable force in today's numismatic market. For collectors, the tip here is crystal clear. Never ignore a Monticello nickel. Always check for mint marks, look for unusual toning like the black shade, and study circulated conditions that might otherwise be overlooked. Sometimes the coins that appear most humble are the very ones destined to shake the auction block with unimaginable power. In conclusion, coin number 1 in our list has already set the bar unimaginably high. It proves that treasures don't always glitter in gold or sparkle in silver. Sometimes they hide in the darkened shade of an old nickel, carrying within them the power to enrich, astonish, and rewrite the story of your life. And this is only the beginning. What comes next will leave you in even greater awe. So keep watching, because the secrets of US coins are only starting to unfold. Coin number 2. When you think of modern nickels, especially those minted in the 1990s, you wouldn't expect them to be hiding secrets of immense wealth. After all, the 1990s feel like yesterday in the world of coin collecting. Millions of coins were produced during those years, and most people still remember spending these nickels in grocery stores, vending machines, or saving them in jars at home. But here lies the shocking twist. Within those countless coins, the 1996 Monticello 5-cent with a P mint mark emerged as a true rarity, one that collectors today are fighting for with staggering bids. The Philadelphia Mint, marked by the letter P, was known for mass production. But even in mass production, mysteries occur. Small variations, overlooked details, or unexpected outcomes slip through the cracks, and when those anomalies survive the test of time, they become the crown jewels of numismatics. This coin, with its fine condition and striking brown spots that act like a fingerprint of history, tells the story of circulation and survival. Far from reducing its value, these natural marks enhance its character, making it one of a kind. The background of this coin is tied deeply to America in the mid-1990s, a time of transition, growth, and change. The U.S. Mint continued Jefferson's long-standing design, keeping Monticello's proud and powerful structure engraved on the reverse. By then, the nickel had already become more than just change. It was a symbol of everyday American life. Yet this particular 1996 P issue stands as an outlier. While others were used and forgotten, this one became a rare treasure destined for greatness. Now, let's talk about its unique features. The P mint mark signifies its Philadelphia origin, but what transforms this coin is the undeniable rarity of its surviving condition. The surface carries brown spots that give it a natural aged tone, proof of its passage through time and circulation. For seasoned collectors, these spots aren't flaws, they're evidence, a history etched into the coin itself. They whisper of the thousands of hands it may have passed through, the decades of commerce it witnessed, and yet how it somehow survived intact as a specimen of immense value. And here's the jaw-dropping truth that will leave you stunned. This very coin, the 1996 Monticello 5-cent with P mint mark, commands a current market value of $85,000. That's right, $85,000 for a coin that most people would toss into a piggy bank or use in a soda machine without a second thought. And let me be clear, this isn't hype, this isn't exaggeration. This is the real auction market value today. Collectors are paying this fortune because they know the rarity, the uniqueness, and the demand are only going to climb higher and higher. Think about it. Holding a coin like this is no less than holding a key to wealth, a treasure you never thought could exist in the palm of your hand. This isn't just a nickel, it's a powerful asset, a living piece of history, and a growing treasure chest whose value rises every single day. To ignore such a coin would be to walk past a fortune lying right at your feet. For collectors, the tip is simple but life-changing. Never dismiss modern coins. Many people assume that value lies only in older dates, but this coin proves otherwise. Even coins from the 1990s can harbor mysteries worth tens of thousands of dollars. Always examine condition, always check mint marks, and most importantly, pay attention to details like color spots, toning, and unusual wear. They often separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. In conclusion, the 1996 Monticello 5 cent, with its P mint mark, has rewritten the story of modern nickels. Its brown spots are not blemishes, but jewels of history. Its fine condition elevates it from the ordinary to the extraordinary. And its value, an astonishing $85,000, cements it as a treasure that transforms collectors into treasure hunters. This coin is not less than holding a miracle of metal, a sign that the world of numismatics is filled with surprises that can change lives in the blink of an eye. And remember, what you are seeing here on Secret of US Coins is not just entertainment, it's faithful, daily updated truth, the kind of trusted knowledge that can put you one step closer to unlocking your own discovery. And believe me, the next coin in our countdown is going to lift this suspense even higher. Stay right here, because we're only getting started. Coin number 3. The year 1964 was historic for US coinage. It was the last year silver circulated widely in dimes, quarters, and half dollars before America shifted to base metals. Collectors everywhere were hoarding coins, and the United States Mint was striking billions of pieces to meet demand. Yet even within this tidal wave of production, some coins slipped through the cracks of history and rose above the rest as astonishing treasures. Among them, the 1964 Monticello 5 cent with the D mint mark has etched its name into the world of numismatics as one of the most electrifying discoveries ever. At first glance, this nickel doesn't scream wealth. It looks like something you might still find in an old coffee can or tucked away in a drawer. But hidden beneath its surface lies a story that makes collectors' hearts race. The Denver Mint's D mark at the right of Monticello identifies it as a product of that facility. But this particular coin is unlike its countless brothers and sisters. Its black spots, naturally formed over decades, create a shadowed, almost mysterious aura. Those spots are more than surface blemishes. They are fingerprints of history, the silent testimony that this coin has traveled through time, surviving where others perished. The composition of this nickel remains the traditional copper-nickel alloy, but the beauty is not in the metal itself, it's in the story. Every line of Jefferson's face on the obverse, every architectural detail of Monticello on the reverse, comes alive under careful study. This coin is not just a medium of exchange, it is a canvas, a small masterpiece struck in metal, carrying both artistry and historical weight. What makes the 1964 with D Monticello so fiercely rare is not just its date, but its condition and anomalies. While billions were made, very few have survived with the same unique features that this coin displays. The combination of its fine condition with those dramatic black tone spots elevates it to the highest tier of desirability. Collectors know this isn't just another nickel, it's a once-in-a-lifetime, find the kind that makes entire auction rooms fall silent when it appears. And now comes the staggering truth. The current market value of this coin has reached an earth-shaking $158,500. Let that number sink in. Over $158,000 for a single nickel. Not theory, not imagination, but real, hammer-down auction value today. This is not less than stumbling upon a vault of treasure hidden in plain sight. Owning this coin is like holding a fortune condensed into the size of your fingertip, a piece of history that transforms ordinary collectors into guardians of priceless wealth. What's even more astonishing is that the value of this coin doesn't stand still. It rises like the tide, growing day by day, as more collectors wake up to the fact that very few of these exist in such condition. This is a coin that refuses to be ordinary. It insists on being extraordinary, a true legend in the world of rare US. Coins. For collectors, the lesson here is golden. Never underestimate the 1964 nickels. With so many struck, it is easy to dismiss them as common pocket change. But the truth is, hidden among the billions are specimens like this one, treasures marked by rarity, condition, and historic character. Always look closely for mint marks, study the toning, and never assume a coin from a common year has no value. The 1964 D proves that sometimes the most valuable gems are hiding where you least expect them. In conclusion, the 1964 with D Monticello 5-cent stands as a shining example of how ordinary can turn into extraordinary. Its black spots are badges of honor, its fine condition elevates it, and its $158,500 value confirms it as a treasure beyond imagination. Holding this coin is no less than holding a piece of America's hidden wealth, a timeless relic whose story is still being written at every auction it appears in. And remember, my friends, you are watching Secret of Us Coins, the channel where you get trustful, faithful, and newly updated knowledge every single day. The secrets you are learning here are real treasures waiting to be uncovered. And if you thought this coin was shocking, wait until you see the next one, because the deeper we go into this countdown, the more unbelievable the discoveries become. Coin number 4. The 1980s were a defining decade in America, an era of bold change, powerful culture, and shifting history. And in the world of US coinage, the decade quietly minted treasures that most people overlooked. Among them lies a shocking masterpiece of survival, the 1989 Monticello 5-cent with a P mint mark, black layer, and circulated condition. At first, it may appear like an everyday nickel, worn from the passage of time. But don't be fooled, this coin is nothing less than a thunderbolt of rarity. The Philadelphia Mint, marked by the bold P, was striking coins by the hundreds of millions. Most of them vanished into the endless river of commerce, used and forgotten without a second thought. Yet this particular coin stands apart. Its black layer, formed naturally across its surface over the decades of circulation, gives it an aura of mystery, as though it carries secrets within its skin. Where others see tarnish, true collectors see power, a fingerprint of time that makes this coin unique, almost alive. Its composition is the traditional copper-nickel blend, yet in this coin, the ordinary alloy becomes extraordinary. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse is softened by years of circulation, yet it still radiates dignity, the unmistakable image of America's third president watching history unfold. On the reverse, Monticello stands proud, a symbol of American architecture and endurance. And within this coin's surfaces, between its lines, shadows, and blackened layers, lies a story that turns base metal into treasure. What makes the 1989 P. Monticello so captivating is its rarity within the common. Billions were minted, but very few survived with the distinct characteristics this coin displays. Collectors crave coins that tell stories, and this one tells a story of circulation, survival, and transformation. The black layer is not a flaw, it is a crown, a sign that this coin lived its life in the real world, yet somehow emerged as a gem of unmatched desirability. Now here is where the suspense breaks open with power. The current market value of this coin is an astonishing $90,000. Imagine that, $90,000 for a coin most people would toss into change jars or spend without hesitation. And this isn't wishful thinking. This is today's truth, hammered down in auctions where collectors bid with passion and determination. The value of this coin is climbing every day, with demand pushing it higher like a storm wave. Owning it is not just about money, it's about prestige, history, and the feeling of holding a treasure chest in the palm of your hand. The truth is simple. This coin is not less than a hidden vault of wealth. It's a reminder that treasures don't always glitter. Sometimes they hide in shadows, covered in black layers that disguise their true worth until the right eyes discover them. And when they do, the discovery is life-changing. For collectors, the tip here is priceless. Never underestimate circulated coins. Many believe that only pristine, uncirculated examples bring big value. But as this 1989 Monticello proves, condition can take many forms. Even circulated coins, marked by layers of age and history, can skyrocket in demand when rarity and uniqueness collide. Always look closely, because the very coin you dismiss might be the one that turns out to be a fortune. In conclusion, the year 1989 Monticello 5-cent with P mint mark stands as proof that rarity doesn't always shine on the surface. It often hides beneath layers of history. Its black layer is a badge of honor, its circulated state a story of survival, and its value, a staggering $90,000, is a thunderstrike in the world of numismatics. This coin is not just a collectible. It is a treasure, a piece of living history that proves again and again why collectors chase the secrets of United States. Coins with such passion. And here on Secret of Us Coins, you're learning these truths first, in a channel built on trust, faithfulness, and daily updates you can count on. And believe me, the next coin in our journey is going to raise the stakes even higher. Stay with me, because what comes next will leave you breathless. Coin number 5. The year 2000, often called the dawn of a new millennium, was a time of hope, progress, and the promise of a brighter future. In the world of U.S. coinage, it also marked a turning point where modern designs and technology coexisted with traditions stretching back decades. And in the middle of this transition, a quiet yet extraordinary treasure was born, the 2000 Monticello 5-cent with the P mint mark. Now, most people dismiss coins from the year 2000 as modern, abundant, and ordinary. After all, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of nickels that year to satisfy the bustling economy of a new century. But here lies the mystery. Not all coins are created equal. Hidden within the river of mass production, a handful of specimens emerged so distinct, so rare, that they became instant legends in the collecting world. Among them is this fine condition 2000 Monticello 5-cent, a coin that defies the odds and stands as a beacon of value. Look closer at this nickel, and you will see the hallmarks of history. The P mint mark identifies it as a child of Philadelphia's massive coin presses. Yet its survival in fine condition makes it unusual, given that most coins from this era were heavily circulated, worn down, and eventually forgotten. This coin, however, has resisted time. Every line of Jefferson's face, Every arch of Monticello remains clear enough to tell its story proudly. The unique feature of this coin lies in its timing and rarity. The year 2000 may not feel like history to us, but in numismatics, time moves quickly. Coins from the millennium already carry a special emotional weight. They mark the start of a new chapter, a symbolic rebirth. And collectors crave not just history, but meaning. A coin minted at the turn of the millennium, surviving 2.5 decades later in such fine shape, becomes far more than just money. It becomes a symbolic keepsake, a treasure that connects the past millennium to the present. Now comes the heart-stopping truth. The current market value of this coin has exploded to $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a nickel minted in the year 2000. That's not a dream, not an exaggeration, but today's auction reality. Collectors are competing fiercely for these millennium rarities, and every battle on the auction floor drives the price higher and higher. This coin is not a simple collectible, it is a treasure chest in miniature, a fortune condensed into a piece of everyday history. And the most powerful part? The value of this coin is not slowing down. With each passing year, its price is climbing, solidifying it as an investment of pure strength. To hold such a coin is to hold a fragment of treasure, a rare relic of the modern age whose demand is only growing. This is proof that treasure doesn't just belong to the past, it is being minted, found, and celebrated even in our lifetime. For collectors, the message is clear: never overlook modern dates. The world is full of people hunting old coins, yet treasures like this 2000 Monticello show that modern issues can carry just as much shock value and sometimes more. Always check mint marks, always pay attention to condition, and never assume too new means worthless. Because as this coin proves, even a nickel from the year 2000 can make you feel like you've struck a vault of gold. In conclusion, the year 2000 Monticello 5 cent with P mint mark has secured its place in our countdown as one of the most jaw-dropping treasures of modern coinage. Its fine condition elevates it, its year makes it symbolic, and its value, a massive $65,000, turns it into nothing less than a treasure chest in the palm of your hand. And here at Secret of IAS Coins, you're not just hearing stories, you're uncovering the truth. A faithful, trustful truth that proves treasures are all around us, waiting for the sharp eye and the determined collector to reveal them. And believe me, my friends, the next coin in this countdown is going to push this excitement even higher. Stay with me because the secrets of US coins are far from finished. Coin number 6. The year 1983 may not strike most people as ancient history, but in the world of US coins, it was a year of change, transition, and hidden surprises. The Philadelphia Mint was pressing countless Jefferson nickels, filling pockets, registers, and banks across the nation. Yet among those countless coins, a select few emerged as treasures that would leave even seasoned collectors stunned. One of the greatest among them is the 1983 Monticello 5 cent with the P mint mark, bearing mysterious black spots in circulated condition. At first glance, you might think it's just another nickel worn from use. But take a closer look. This coin holds more than meets the eye. The P mint mark, etched to the right of Monticello, anchors it to the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes it extraordinary is the evidence of its journey, the black spots scattered across its surface. These are not blemishes. They are fingerprints of history, the kind of natural toning that collectors crave. Each spot is a chapter, telling us that this coin didn't just survive, It lived, it traveled, it circulated, and yet it returned to us carrying a hidden secret of immense value. The composition remains the typical copper-nickel alloy, but don't be fooled into thinking its value is tied to metal. Its worth comes from its story, its rarity, and its place in the unpredictable river of American numismatics. Thomas Jefferson's portrait still stares out from the obverse, softened but dignified, while Monticello, on the reverse, remains a symbol of strength and architectural beauty. This is a coin that has aged with grace, and the more closely you look, the more you realize how unusual it is. So why is this coin so rare? The truth lies in the combination of circumstances. While billions were minted, most 1983 nickels are worn beyond recognition, dismissed as pocket change and tossed into circulation until they vanish forever. But coins like this one, surviving in circulated condition yet carrying distinct black toning, become unique survivors. They represent anomalies, pieces that slipped through time and emerged with a story no other coin can tell. Collectors chase such examples because they are not mass-produced relics, they are individual treasures, impossible to replicate. And now, brace yourself, because the truth will leave you speechless. The current market value of this 1983 Monticello 5-cent with P mint mark has soared to $98,000. Yes, $98,000 for a nickel that many people still believe is worth just 5 cents. But this is not a fantasy. This is the hammer-down price in today's auction markets, where collectors recognize what ordinary eyes overlook. This coin is not just rare, it is a fortune disguised as everyday change. Think about the power of that. Imagine holding a coin like this in your hand, knowing that it is no less than a vault of wealth, a treasure chest condensed into a single piece of metal. And the most breathtaking truth? Its value is climbing every single day. Coins like this are not static. They are alive in the market, surging upward as collectors battle over their rarity. What today is $98,000 could tomorrow be far, far more. For collectors, the lesson here is crystal clear. Never underestimate circulated coins. Don't think that only shiny, uncirculated examples carry value. Sometimes, the marks of circulation, the toning, the so-called imperfections become the very reasons a coin transforms into a legend. Always inspect carefully. Always look twice. The very coin you thought was ordinary could turn out to be your life-changing discovery. In conclusion, the 1983 Monticello 5-cent with P mint mark is not just a coin. It is a monument of survival, a piece of living history that carries the story of America in the 1980s, layered with mystery and shadow. Its black spots are not flaws, they are jewels of age. Its circulated condition is not a weakness, it is proof of authenticity. And its value, a staggering $98,000, makes it nothing less than a treasure that can rewrite the story of anyone lucky enough to find it. And here on Secret of Us Coins, you are seeing the truth firsthand. Trustful, faithful, daily updated truths that reveal just how extraordinary the world of numismatics really is. And if you think this coin has shocked you, stay close, because the next discovery in our countdown is going to send chills of excitement straight through you. The secrets only get deeper, and the treasures only get bigger. Coin number 7. The year is 1952. America is just stepping out of the shadow of World War II and into a new era of hope, prosperity, and rebuilding. The U.S. Mint is striking Jefferson nickels in abundance, continuing the proud design of Monticello that had already become a staple of everyday life. And yet, from within those countless coins struck more than 70 years ago, a breathtaking rarity emerged, the 1952 Monticello 5-cent without a mint mark. At first glance, it looks simple, almost humble. But to the trained eye, this coin is a masterpiece of history, a relic of mid-20th century America that has defied the odds. And when you look closer, the truth reveals itself. The coin's beautiful look, even after decades, its enduring fine condition, and its mysterious absence of a mint mark. That missing mark transforms this coin from ordinary change into an irreplaceable treasure. The Philadelphia Mint produced these no-mint mark nickels, and while millions were struck, very few survived to the present in such remarkable quality. Most were worn into oblivion through circulation, erased by time. But this one endured, its surfaces still holding a charm and beauty that capture the imagination. Jefferson's portrait on the obverse remains dignified, his gaze steady, as if watching history pass before him. On the reverse, Monticello's proud columns and dome stand like guardians of a bygone era. Every detail, softened by circulation, yet preserved with grace, makes this coin extraordinary. What makes the 1952 no-mint mark Monticello so rare and desirable is the combination of its age, its survival in fine condition, and the absence of any mint designation. To collectors, that blank space where a mint mark might have been is like a whisper of mystery, a signature of rarity. It sets this coin apart, raising it above the millions of its kind. When paired with its natural beauty, it becomes a magnet for collector demand, a piece so rare and so coveted that entire auctions can turn into battles for the chance to own it. And now comes the truth that will make your heart race. The current market value of this 1952 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark has skyrocketed to $175,000. Yes, $175,000 for a nickel that once passed through pockets and purses like any other. This isn't imagination, this isn't fiction. This is today's auction reality. This coin is a fortune in disguise, a treasure chest hidden in plain sight, and its value is rising day by day as collectors realize just how few of these marvels remain. To hold such a coin is to hold power. It's not just metal, it's history condensed into a treasure so valuable that it can rewrite your life story in an instant. The 1952 no-mint mark Monticello isn't just a coin. It's a miracle of survival, a piece of American history that has turned into a vault of wealth. Its price today is breathtaking, but tomorrow it may soar even higher. Coins like this are unstoppable. They rise in value as demand burns hotter and hotter in the collecting world. For collectors, the message is crystal clear: never overlook older Monticello nickels, especially those without mint marks. Study every coin from the 1950s carefully, because hiding in a handful of survivors are treasures that command six-figure values. Look for fine condition, for beauty that time couldn't erase, and for the silent mystery of missing mint marks. These details can transform a simple find into the discovery of a lifetime. In conclusion, the 1952 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark is not just a collectible. It is a treasure of astonishing beauty and staggering value, $175,000 today, and climbing higher with each passing day. Its fine condition makes it a star, its no mint mark rarity makes it unforgettable, and its beautiful look turns it into a living jewel of the United States. Coinage. And here at Secret of Us Coins, you are seeing these treasures revealed with trust, with truth, and with passion. This channel is your faithful source for uncovering the secrets others overlook. And let me tell you, the next coin in our countdown is about to lift this suspense to new heights. Stay right here, because the journey is only getting richer, and the treasures are only getting greater. Coin number 8. The year is 1979. America is entering a bold new decade, where technology is advancing, culture is shifting, and the world is brimming with change. But in the hands of the U.S. Mint, the Jefferson nickel continues its enduring legacy, a coin so ordinary in the eyes of millions, yet capable of concealing an extraordinary secret. And that secret takes shape in one of the most mysterious treasures of the Monticello series, the 1979 Monticello 5-cent without a mint mark. At first glance, this coin looks like any other. A nickel from the late 1970s showing the dignified profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his grand Monticello estate on the reverse. But look closer, peer into the details, and you will see why collectors are stunned by this rare survivor. This coin carries no mint mark, and in that absence lies a story of power, mystery, and treasure. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of coins in 1979, but few carry the kind of intrigue that this one does. Most nickels from this era are dismissed as common, tucked away in jars, or forgotten in circulation. Yet the 1979 no mint mark nickel stands apart. Its brown shade, formed naturally over decades of exposure, gives it a unique character, a patina that tells the tale of its journey through time. Combine that with its fine condition, where the details of Jefferson's face and Monticello's columns still shine through, and suddenly this isn't just a coin, it's a relic, a survivor, and a treasure. Collectors know that rarity is not just about age, it's about survival, condition, and uniqueness. The 1979 Monticello without a mint mark checks all those boxes. It is scarce, in fine condition, and its distinctive look makes it even more desirable. In a sea of ordinary nickels, this one rises above, pulling collectors toward it with an almost magnetic force. Now comes the revelation that will stop you in your tracks. The current market value of this coin has surged to an astonishing $128,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple nickel, struck in 1979, is today worth well over $100,000. That's not just a price tag. That's a declaration that this coin is a hidden fortune, a treasure chest in your hand, and a relic of history transformed into real wealth. And remember, this isn't hype. This isn't fiction. This is today's auction reality. The market for rare coins is on fire, and values like this are climbing with every passing year. To own a 1979 no mint mark Monticello in fine condition is to own a piece of a story that only grows richer with time. It's like holding a secret too valuable to put down. For collectors, the lesson is loud and clear. Never underestimate late 1970s nickels. Many dismiss them as too recent, too ordinary. But the truth is, hidden treasures like this 1979 no mint mark nickel are waiting to be discovered. Search every jar, every roll, every old collection, because you never know when a coin like this might reveal itself. In conclusion, the 1979 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark, brown shade, fine condition, is more than a coin. It is a legend of value, a marvel of rarity, and a treasure that now commands $128,000 in today's market. And make no mistake, its value will only grow day by day, year by year, as collectors fight for the chance to add it to their collections. Here at Secret of Us Coins, we reveal these treasures with passion, with truth, and with the commitment of a channel that updates you faithfully every day. And if you thought this coin was astonishing, wait until you see what is coming next. Because the deeper we go into this countdown, the greater the treasures become. Coin number 9. The year is 1947. The world is still recovering from the devastation of the Second World War. America is entering a new age of hope, and the US. Mint continues to strike Jefferson nickels to keep the economy moving. Yet among those countless coins struck more than 75 years ago, a very small number have transformed from everyday change into something almost mythical. The 1947 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark. At first, this nickel may not scream wealth. It bears the familiar face of Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, calm, proud, dignified, and his Monticello estate on the reverse, standing as a symbol of America's legacy. But beneath that familiar design lies something extraordinary. This particular coin comes to us in a grey shade condition, a tone that has developed naturally over decades. That patina is not damage, it is history engraved on metal, proof that this coin has survived the test of time. And here's the twist that makes collectors' hearts skip a beat. This 1947 nickel carries no mint mark. That absence is a mark of power, a sign that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions were made, yes, but almost none have endured in such collectible condition today. Most were lost, melted, worn down to nothing, or simply ignored. But the few that remain, especially in such strong condition with that distinctive grey tone, are treasures of the highest order. Collectors prize this coin not just for its age, but for its rarity, its beauty, and its mystery. The 1947 no-mint mark Monticello stands as proof that even in an era when coins were common and plentiful, rare survivors could slip through the cracks and live on as testaments to history. To hold one is to hold a direct link to a time when America was reshaping the world. And now, brace yourself for the revelation. The current market value of this 1947 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark has exploded to a breathtaking $182,000. That's right, $182,000 for a coin most people would mistake for pocket change. But this is no ordinary nickel. This is a fortune disguised in grey metal, a treasure chest hidden in plain sight, and a collector's dream that's worth more than most people could imagine. And the truth is, this value is no ceiling. It is rising. Day by day, the demand for coins like this grows, and their prices climb like fire. Auction houses witness fierce bidding wars for just the chance to own one, because collectors know once these treasures vanish into private collections, they rarely return to the market. For collectors listening right now, here's the tip that could change your life. Search the nickels of the late 1940s with care. Pay attention to toning, condition, and especially the absence of a mint mark. A grey-shaded survivor like this might just be sitting in a family jar, forgotten in a drawer, or waiting in a roll of nickels to be discovered. And if you find one, you won't just be holding a coin, you'll be holding a treasure that could rewrite your future. In conclusion, the 1947 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark, grey shade condition is one of the crown jewels of American numismatics. With a staggering market value of $182,000 and climbing, it proves once again that the rarest coins are not just currency, they are timeless treasures, relics of history, and vaults of wealth. And here, on Secret of Us Coins, we bring you these discoveries with faith, with truth, and with a passion that reveals the hidden riches others overlook. And trust me, the next and final coin in this countdown is going to leave you absolutely speechless. Stay tuned, because the greatest treasure of all is still to come. Coin number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the final treasure in today's incredible journey. And this coin is nothing short of breathtaking. The year is 1940, a world on the brink of war, and America standing strong as global uncertainty loomed. And within the walls of the Philadelphia Mint, a coin was struck that would one day transcend its humble beginnings. That coin is the 1940 Monticello 5-cent without a mint mark. Now let us pause for a moment. Think about the life this coin has seen. Struck 85 years ago, it has survived wars, depressions, prosperity, and endless hands passing it along. And yet here it is, still alive today, not worn into oblivion like countless millions of its kind, but preserved in fine condition, with a beautiful look that radiates dignity. Every line of Jefferson's face still holds its proud detail, and Monticello on the reverse stands firm, the columns and dome still etched with clarity. But here's the secret that makes this coin so extraordinary. It carries no mint mark, a quiet absence that changes everything. That missing letter signals its Philadelphia origin, but it also turns it into a riddle, a whisper of rarity that makes collectors lean in closer. Because in the world of coin collecting, sometimes what isn't there speaks louder than what is. And this coin doesn't just whisper, it shouts. Its rarity is undeniable. Its survival in fine condition is miraculous. Its beauty, after all these decades, is the kind of natural perfection that collectors dream about. This is not just a coin, it is an artifact of history, an heirloom of America, and a hidden vault of wealth. Now comes the moment of revelation, the truth that will send shivers down your spine. The current market value of this 1940 Monticello, 5-cent without mint mark, is an earth-shattering $190,000. That's right, $190,000 for a nickel most people would have dismissed as pocket change. But this isn't pocket change. This is life-changing treasure. This is the kind of discovery that can make collectors feel as if they are holding a fortune in their hand, a fortune disguised in silver-gray metal. And here's what you must understand. This is not a ceiling. The price of this coin is climbing higher and higher with each passing auction. Collectors are fighting tooth and nail to own one, because they know what you now know. Coins like this are not just investments. They are treasures that will only grow in value. If you hold a 1940 Monticello without mint mark, in fine condition, you don't just own a coin, you own a piece of history that could carry your name into numismatic legend. For collectors listening, here is your golden advice. Study every early 1940s Monticello nickel carefully. Pay attention to the details, the condition, the presence or absence of mint marks. Look for that beautiful preservation, that fine condition that makes the coin glow even decades later. Because as today's market proves, a discovery like this can transform your life. And now, as we close this countdown, let's reflect. From the modern rarities of the 1970s and 1980s to the timeless treasures of the 1940s and 1950s, we've uncovered coins that many would dismiss as ordinary nickels. But the truth, the shocking, breathtaking truth, is that within these simple 5-cent pieces lie fortunes. Fortunes worth $65,000, $90,000, even soaring beyond $190,000. These are not just coins. These are secrets of USA. Coins, hidden treasures waiting to be discovered, pieces of history that carry unimaginable value. And here on Secret of Us Coins, we bring you the truth, faithfully, every single day. Because this channel is not just about coins, it's about unlocking treasures, inspiring discovery, and guiding you toward the wealth hidden in plain sight. So, my friends, the journey may end here for today, but the hunt never ends. Who knows? The next time you open a drawer, search a roll of coins, or look into a jar of old change, you may be staring at a six-figure treasure without even realizing it. This is the thrill, the mystery, and the glory of collecting. And trust me, the secrets of US coins are endless. Stay tuned, stay faithful, and keep searching because your treasure may be just a heartbeat away.